Hello everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the Rode NT1 Studio kit. In my humble opinion, this is one of the best deals in audio still many years later, so I'm very excited to talk about it. So without further ado, let's see what comes in the box. Now, of course, you're not listening to the Rode right now, you're listening to my Shure KSM32, but we're going to move on to the Rode very soon. But of course, we must unbox it first. I hope I can show this to the camera without it dropping to the floor. So this is what comes in the box initially, and in case you can't see that well, because how could you? First, we get the most surprising part of the whole package, which is actually the microphone. You actually get a Rode NT1 in the Rode NT1 package. Holy crap, who would have known? This microphone is built beautifully. It's made completely out of metal and it has plenty of weight to it and it just feels beautiful. The matte finish on the body as well is super fancy. The grill up top has a little bit of give to it. It can kind of suck if you don't use it properly, so be a little careful with this, but of course once you put it onto the shock mount you should be fine. The microphone of course has no switches or pads or whatever, it's just a plain old microphone, and at the bottom of the microphone there is the XLR port. Now, as well as the microphone, the best part about this is actually the shock mount. So this is the version of the complete set that comes with the RØDE shock mount. So the RØDE shock mount is a proprietary technology developed by a company called RØDE that makes lightweight shock mounts. They don't have elastic bands that will wear out after time, and they weigh so much less but look just as premium as the Rode SM6. Is by the way called the Rode SM. SM what? SM nothing, that's it. Another cool thing here is the pop filter. So as you can see, the pop filter is just a double layer piece of metal and it slots right into the shock mount like so, and it's plenty big to cover your entire face, so it might be a little too big for many. It is for me, but it is just beautiful. It's built really well, it's really light, and it works wonders. So I love this shock mount so much. Of course, you get the Rode microphone pouch that protects it from dust, as well as the Rode AI1, which is the Rode audio interface, and as far as I'm concerned, the only one input audio interface Rode's makes. On the front of the interface, you can find an XLR jack combo, a microphone dial, a headphone dial, and a headphone input. It's as plain as it ever is gonna get with something like this. On the back, you have the speaker outputs as well as a USB-C input. Now this thing, of course, is built incredibly well. It does attract fingerprints a little bit, which kind of sucks. It's just because of the finish, but overall, it's entirely made out of metal. And if you want to know some of the specs, I'm gonna have them on the screen right here. Most importantly, it has a 60 dB range depending on the firmware. However, it's perfectly okay because it's sold with a Rode microphone, and Rode microphones in general, especially the NT1, is a fairly hot output microphone, so you're never gonna need to drive it more than like 30 to 40 decibels at most. So this thing works wonders for it. Of course, not gonna need any kind of boosting. Of course, if you decide to use an SM7B, that's a completely different story, so we're not gonna go there. Now, beneath all of this stuff is the XLR cable, which is this cable. Probably not gonna take it out of the sheath because I have enough XLR cables, but the quality is fairly premium and I've never had any issues with it. And they give you plenty length that you're probably not gonna need to ever upgrade or side grade or whatever. So beautiful cable, very long and pretty good quality as well. I forgot to mention you get a USB-A to USB-C in the box as well as some paperworks. But that's all that comes in the box. You also get a version of Ableton Lite as a free gift from Rode with buying this package. Let's go ahead and hook things up. And now you're listening to the sound of my voice on the Rode NT1. As you can see, it sounds very different, mainly because that other microphone was facing towards the wall rather than me, at least not directly. But as you can see, the Rode NT1 is a very high detail large diaphragm 1-inch condenser, which in other simpler terms means that it takes in a lot of details, sometimes unwanted details. If somebody's screaming in the other room, if your parents are calling, if somebody walks into the room, if there's a car outside, if there's cats fighting over their parents' wealth, you're gonna be able to hear all of these things and more. If I even do like a... yeah. It's a lot of detail. And it's a double-edged sword because some people would like that, because a lot of detail is often perceived as high quality audio, which it is, but at the same time can be too much, and it can be sometimes too intimate or too weird, or sometimes get you a room sound. So I'm talking to the microphone in a fairly close distance. I'm around 4 inches away from the microphone. But see, if I just doubled that distance to 8 inches away from the microphone, immediately what you're gonna hear is a lot more room sounds, and that's not good. Keep in mind, I'm directly facing the microphone. If I was looking a little bit away, it's gonna be much worse. Now, let's just say, oh, okay, well, it's fine. I'll just keep looking at the mic. That's fine, that's great. But now, another thing is, if you get loud, The reverbs in the room are gonna show up. They're gonna show up, okay? They're gonna show up. They're not gonna go away. That's fine. Anyway, that's not part of the review. So the special thing about this shock mount, like I described before, is the weight. This shock mount weighs, I think, half or maybe less, than the Rode SM6. I'll have the numbers somewhere here and probably have editor make me look stupid, which simply means that most microphone stands on your table are going to be able to very casually hold this microphone. Now, it would have been great if Rode included a small mount with a microphone, but for most people who might look at that and go, oh, that just looks better. Yeah, but all these sounds are terribly quiet on my desk. If the shock mount wasn't there, you would hear them like big old rumble. And trust me, they're gonna ruin your recordings. I did forget to mention that all of this is recorded on the Rode AI1 and it's put to around 12 o'clock, so around 50% gain, which is way more than enough. I would personally recommend that you use the Rode NT1 with the shock mount as much as possible and you don't try to find alternatives. Only reason I'm saying this is a lot of people I know do that, and I've done it myself plenty of times. And the reason I say this is because the Rode NT1 is one of those microphones, in my own personal opinion, that while it sounds great, the sound changes drastically with use. Like every Rode NT1 and NT1A I've purchased used, all of them sounded just a little different from each other. Now, of course, there's some other variables like headphones and what interface you're using, because the Rode NT1 is one of those microphones that has a somewhat drastic sound, depends on the kind of preamp that you use. That doesn't mean you should go and spend a lot of money. A Focusrite or even a high quality Behringer or the Rode AI1 is perfectly fine. Now, if you bought this microphone and you're thinking about getting the AI1 separately, I don't think you should. I think it's a good deal if you get it with this stuff, and if you pay around maybe $300 for all of this, I think it's a great deal. For $100, which is what Rode charges for the AI1, there are better alternatives nowadays, like the Scarlett 4th Gen. If you can afford it, it is objectively better in every way. If you're willing to stretch the budget a little bit, you can get something like the Topping 2X2. I really like that interface. The Audient ID4 might be a little pushy, but still sounds better. Even something like the Behringer 204 HD will still serve you right, costs just as much and has an extra input. Overall, the Rode AI1 is not impressive, but it works and it does its job fairly well, so I have no complaints about that. Overall, the Rode package is such a good deal for the price, and while the Rode NT1 4th Gen is not being sold much anymore, I'm sure that you can find these locally somewhere, because Rode made a lot of them and there's some old stock basically almost everywhere. If you manage to get the SM or the Rycote shock mount variable, I think that's going to be great. If you don't get it, you can get the normal SM6 as long as you have a very good microphone stand that can hold all of this stuff. Generally speaking, the sound is pleasing, and I haven't talked about it enough. In terms of the sound quality of this microphone, you get a mostly very flat sound in every way, good and bad. You're getting a flat line, which means there's no harsh frequencies, but also no boosted frequencies, but also no dips, which is great. It allows you to have a lot of customization with what kind of sound you want to achieve. So I love that, and it's absolutely a beautiful feature. But for those people looking for an exciting, specific, playful tone, this is not the microphone to get, because it is not gonna do lots of shenanigans with your voice. However, in the next video, I'll be comparing this to the Rode NT1A, which is the one with a lot more character, supposedly. So overall, at the end of the day, would I recommend the Rode NT1 Studio package? Of course I would. This is a perfect full package that you're gonna get mostly everything with if you know what you're getting. That is a high sensitivity condenser microphone that could have some downsides in terms of how much detail it can capture. Now, if you're aware of all of this and you're fine with it, then yes, I would definitely recommend this kit. If I find any of this kit or anything like it, I'll put it in the description below, and yes, they will be affiliate links, which means I'll get a small commission if you buy them, but it will cost you nothing extra. That's it. That's going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, any thoughts, any opinions, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. I really appreciate you, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Goodbye.